Are you looking for a faster video? Well, today it's a live stream and I know you're probably looking for a really nice and tidy edited down video, but I have ways for you to make it faster. You can click that little gear on the YouTube settings right there on the video and adjust the playback speed, make me sound like a chipmunk, and it'll go a lot faster. You can also look and see if there's timestamps for this project in the description, and if you're on a desktop, you can hover over the time bar at the bottom of the screen and see if it's chunked up into chapters, and then that way you can go directly to the step you're looking for. And lastly, you can also tap on the screen on the right hand side of the video picture or on the left hand side to make the video jump ahead, forward or backward if you're on a mobile device. And you can adjust that amount in your settings so you can have complete control over how much it jumps. So if you are on a desktop, you can use the fast forward or the rewind, and that will make it go faster as well. You can also enable subtitles, and the little CC on the screen will enable closed captioning. That way, if I am a little bit harder to understand with that double playback speed, the subtitles might help you out. All right, well, I know that it's not a nice little edited video, but if you sew with me, we'll get there together and it'll be lots of fun. And now for the live stream. Happy sewing! Hi! Okay, did I forget anything? I feel like it's been forever. I have made so many videos lately that it feels like I just skipped like a ton of steps to go live. Like it's so easy. So, hello, Vestigia. Hi, Margaret. How's it going? Thanks everyone for watching all the Vlogmas videos. I know that's probably super spammy and yeah, like it's not something you asked for. Hi, Kathleen. And it has been an experiment. I just thought I'd go dive in and try it this year. Hi, Delwyn. So yeah, so home stretch, and these live streams are a part of that. So I'm Libby. My Vlogmas jobs are legit. I don't know. Is this how you do it? I don't know. Hey, Terry. Yeah, so it's been really fun, and I'm taking really good notes for next year if I want to do it, because the whole experiment is that it will pay in ad revenue to pay for the guild. That's my experiment. Like, I'm totally open about it. And I won't know till mid-January what the ad revenue was like. It's supposed to be good. So far, I don't really see much difference. You like the Vlogmas? Hey, Hannah, how's it going? Well, good, I'm glad. I think next year, well, I don't know, like it's a year away, right? Like what would I do? I would probably mix it with tips and things like that, something more useful to you, you know? So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I have actually been enjoying it. I only had one mishap where the audio didn't record, even though I did a test. I don't know why that was. It may be because I didn't start recording fast enough, or I didn't turn on one of the microphones fast enough. I don't know. Whatever. I like when things like that happen, I don't try to figure it out unless it's repeating over and over. So, so that one was a little kind of a bummer because that was the one I was like dreading the most because I didn't know what to do during it. Like I knew what I was planning on, and it was the one yesterday to plan all the fabric for the gift bags. But I was like, what am I gonna do during this video? Like just sit there and cut fabric from my stash. And that's what I did. It went by like that. And I was like, oh, that was actually kind of fun. And people like seeing fabric and fabric selection. And then that was the one that I couldn't use. So anyway, so today I have this huge stack of fabric cut that's in the general size of that gift bag I'm gonna make. I keep saying I'm going to do different gift bags, but honestly, I just haven't had it in me to figure out another one. And this one I'll just use, and maybe I'll like sew it a little differently. So I'm just going to put some of those fabric together and just hang out and sew with you guys. Maybe you're sewing too. What are you guys up to? I need to clean my glasses. They're really bad. And maybe we'll have some candy. I ate so much candy yesterday that I literally had regret when I went home. I was like, Saremy. It's not food. And I have oranges out in the lobby that I brought from our trees. We have some mandarins. They're really good this year, but I ate the last one that was in this basket. So, you know, Reese's peanut butter cup and a mandarin are like the same thing. They're both food, right? Peanut butter, right? Okay. Don't wipe my hands on that. I was about to wipe my hands on that. Okay, I'm looking at my little list here. Okay. Okay. All right, so I have this mountain of bags right here. And I think I'm going to pull out all the holiday ones first, just so we get those done. You know, like, I'm not going to be as inclined to sew a holiday one in the middle of the year. Oh, this knitting one. Oh, yeah, here I'm like, but maybe I want to do that one too. So let's pick out all these. My goal is to do 10. I think 10 is manageable. It's a respectable number. It may be all the gift bags I even need. I don't even know. That's all the Christmassy kind. You finished making a burgundy satin skirt. You sewed satin and cranberry colored midi skirt. Oh, that sounds so nice. Except sewing with satin. That does not sound nice at all. That sounds like a nightmare. All right, so I guess I apparently got these two fabrics together. And I'm just gonna sew. So I'm gonna line these bags. But one of my original ideas was that I would just flat fell all the seams, like that's just a piece of cake or something. And then I wouldn't have to line them. Plus it would give the bag some body, you know? So I'm just gonna sew these seams together. Maybe I'll top stitch them because it'll be lined. I'm trying to sew on the straight line. Oh, that's actually not a straight line. We'll go here. It didn't get cut on a straight line. So tomorrow, so I think if I can get like a bunch of things sewn today, as far as fabric goes, and then I'll cut them out into the shape. That was a lot of thread, like from the fabric itself, poking through the seam. Well, that's kind of cute. Hey, Leah, how's it going? My mouse was doing something weird. I can't get these confused either. This is all I'm gonna do today. I'm just gonna chill and sew. You guys can entertain me. Tell me what you're working on. Tell me what your favorite, like, holiday candy is. Tell me about your Christmas cookies, because I feel a little bit jealous of everybody's Christmas cookies. Did I top stitch this one? I did, right? Oh yeah, I did. And I put it, yeah, okay. I just decided to pick a gray thread. I was gonna get kind of clever and use up a bunch of bobbins, but really I kind of have been managing those pretty good. You were in the kitchen today? Oh, persimmon cookies and Meyer lemon marmalade. Ooh, I was just thinking about making some mandarin marmalade. All right, so this is my first one ready to cut out. And I need like a, we'll just throw them on there. There, wait, that works. Okay, what's this one? This one is just straight up plaid. It is ready to cut out. Well, that was easy. Hey, Justine. You made almond roca? Oh my gosh, I love that stuff. The house fabric, I didn't use it for anything. I just bought it because I'm a sucker for house print fabrics, like I've said. Yep. It's probably been like here and there, you know. It'd be really cute pocket bag fabric though. You're sewing a teddy fleece backpack. Oh gosh. Almond roca candy. Yeah, that sounds so good. Oh, look at this one. This one's done. Should have just cut those out. All right, this one. This fabric is actually from when I sewed my wrapping paper organizer. That is one of the patterns I could have sewn during Vlogmas. It was at the top of the list, and I just honestly, I didn't want another one. I have 2 at my house, and I cannot hang another one up anywhere. And so, and one of them is empty. So I just had to make a call there that I was just like, you know, oh, wait. Do these really go together? Like this? Oh, yeah, these are 2 different fabrics. Oh, okay. Got it. I couldn't see it at first. And I meant to ask my mom, like, do you want one of these or not? Like, I can't remember if I made her one after the fire or not. So, yeah, it's kind of an involved one, but it's a free pattern if you guys are interested in like it's meant for like wrapping paper. So there's room for rolls, bags, tags, and it's a free pattern. It's actually not really that hard to sew, but it is kind of, you use a lot of fabric for it. And you just use a clothes hanger. Put a clothes hanger in the pocket and hang it up in your closet. We have one that holds like our vacuum cleaner supplies. The attachments. Plus some like bags that are just like bags that we could use to like tote things like groceries or something. Not grocery bags, but just bigger. And then my other one actually does hold wrapping paper, but my goal someday is to not be using wrapping paper. And then I'll have it filled with these in different sizes and stuff. So I don't have to buy wrapping supplies anymore. One way to just rip through your machine, huh? You're sewing a Jackson pullover for your partner. Nice. Last minute gift sewing. I don't know anything about that. So are you guys like, it's like the end of the year. I'm not talking like resolution stuff. I'm not a big resolution maker. I do like looking at the year and going, okay, this year I want to do these things. Like usually work-wise, that top stitching is leaves a little to be desired. Or are you maybe looking at it like your sewing goals, you know, like, okay, next year, I want to learn how to do blah, blah, blah. Or next year, I'm going to finish that thing I started. Like, are you guys thinking like that at all? Or do you just like, whatever happens, happens. It's your hobby. You just enjoy it. You know what I mean? The dimensions of this bag, and it is linked in the description. And to the person that commented yesterday and then deleted their comment, they said their comment was, I can't find this pattern anywhere or the instructions. And first of all, I'm sorry. I thought it was linked in the description, and it was linked in the description of today's and tomorrow's. Like I said, that video yesterday had a little trouble. Like, it had to be redone, and then I forgot to publish it. And so I forgot to put that in the description again. So I'm sorry, but it's there now. And I tried replying to you several times, but you deleted your comment. So I couldn't tell you about the pattern. But it's free, so, you know, just chill. We're here to have a good time and just sew some gift bags, right? So the bag is, where's the little, oh, I have the instruction booklet, which will tell you. Right, Libby, exactly. I have a lot of intentions all the time, every single day. I couldn't do that once a year. The finished bag, I'm going to say, is about 14 inches wide if it was laying flat. And I'm going to say it's about 10 inches tall because it actually has a flat bottom. Oh, look at that little bubble in my skin. So, it has like a 4-inch wide base. So, and it's a drawstring top, so it doesn't have like a handle or anything. It's like a little sack, like a gift sack. And I think what I'm going to do is use a bunch of the binding and run it through my binding attachment to make a bunch of ribbon for it, you know, for them. My worry is that I will need bags of other sizes, you know, like I'm going to do all this and then I'm only going to be able to use like 4 of them or something, you know, until I start adding other sizes. Man, my skin is just like, oh, that's a piece of tape. I was like, what the heck? All right, this one actually looks kind of big. You want to make a coat with a lining. That's a great goal. Do you think you'll start like close to the beginning of the year so you can use it this winter, or are you gonna give yourself some wiggle room, like you're gonna like gear up to it and then have it ready for when it gets cold, you know, in the fall or something? I used every holiday fabric I could find in my stash. Yeah, I like that, Leah, yeah. I was thinking, there's only one thing I've never sewn, and that is a bra. Oh, this is like crooked. And I was thinking about making that a project in February just to kind of like have fun with Valentine's Day. Hey, Sydney. Hello. How's it going? Okay. This is going pretty quick. Do I think the bag making will go that quick? Not so much. This is a true scrap buster, though, I tell ya. You want to get rid of a bunch of fabric that you're like, this is good fabric, and I just don't see using it. You can even put the ones that aren't that great, like the ones you're like, this one's kind of funky, and put it with something really cute. Spice it up a bit. The Windborn, maybe it's really straightforward. So, oh, that's awesome. Oh, wow, Kathleen. That's a legit, a legit attention grabbing thing to do. And you got to do it, right? I think, like, unless you need a coat right now and you're just super hot to try, I like the idea of just going, okay, I have until it gets cold next year, right? That helped me do my Kelly anorak because I literally made that in January, and, you know, if I would have done it for the goal of having a raincoat for that season, it would have just felt different. And I love that thing. All right. I think we'll get through that. Libby, I know, like, when I did that little tour of my stash, I was kind of like, you know, like, I have too many things here that I really planned on sewing and I haven't, you know. This is a much bigger piece. Is this going to span the top, though? Oh, yeah, it will. This is a bigger bag. The fabric that sort of stresses me out in my stash is the pale jersey that has all the houses on the bottom, that Italian fabric. That one stresses me out because I love it. Like, I love it so much. And I feel like on me, it's gonna look like I'm naked because it's my skin color, you know? Hey, Eliza. Oh, really? That's funny. What are you doing searching for YouTube videos when you're on your way home from the store? I'm just teasing you. All right, this one will go across the top. Okay, so I want you guys to tell me what is it could be one of these things. What is the thing that you bought as a gift this year? Or made, it's fine if it's made, but I have a feeling this is more of a category of things you bought. What's the thing you bought this year that is either the most lavish or outlandish, or like, this is definitely a kind of a weird thing to get and it's a splurge, but hey, it's the holidays, right? Or weirdest thing, or the thing you're most excited about that's a little bit like off the beaten track of gift shopping. What's your thing? I want to know, because I have one this year. Oh, hubby's driving. Okay. I'm not judging you. I know. I listen to YouTube videos in my car because it just plays the audio through the speakers. It's great. Oh, that's a great one, Terry. I love that. You know, that's exactly it, Leah. I think about that, and then I get a little stressed. It's really lightweight, too. Like, hey, I know how to sew, right? But lightweight knits, they're a little bit of their own little beast. Hey, Shim, you're totally fine. That's a fun gift bag. This little print is so cute. Literally, I bought it because I had houses, not knowing it was a Christmas print. But look at how cute it is. Oh, and most of it's still not here. Yikes. I feel you on that. Put this on the side. All right, well, I'll tell you mine just so that you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. So, my brother loves using those scent beads in your laundry, you know, like the little, I don't know what they are. We call them scent beads. We don't know what they are. You almost meshed. And, hey Heidi, how's it going? I'm sewing fabric together in order to make them into gift bags. Okay, so my brother, like I say, he likes using the scent beads, right? And recently I was, watching YouTube, of course, and I got this ad for something called laundry sauce. And it felt directed toward guys. I'm just going to say that's how it felt, kind of overtly directed at guys. And it's literally that. It's like to scent your laundry so that you always smell good, right? But the scents were very well crafted, right? So I kind of was like, I don't know, this seems a little over the top, right? And I kind of just wrote it in my reminders. And then I finally was like, I had some time to kill, and I was like looking for something to Google. Like I was trying to keep a list of things to Google. Lately, it's how to treat asthma in my cat. And so I looked up this laundry sauce, and it's not cheap. It's not expensive for like what you get, but the scent, there's 3 different scents: Siberian pine, Australian sandalwood, something rose, Egyptian rose. So 3 different things. Okay, so I got it yesterday, and they are They smell so good. They smell so much less synthetic than those ones that you get at the grocery store, the white Downy and stuff. Hey, Kira, how's it going? You missed what today? And so it comes in a box. The box is a little bit shishy, and I hate it when packaging. I know everyone really likes really nice packaging, but I hate packaging like that I'm paying for. Like, I just give it to me in a cardboard box. Like, I don't care. Hey, BJ, how's it going? So, so they're like little like pods, but they're super soft. Like the skin containing this liquid laundry sauce feels so fragile. Like, I'm so glad I didn't sneeze on the box. They probably would have all glued themselves together. You know what I mean? So that was the weird thing I got. And I was like, this is such a, like, it's Christmas type of thing, you know? He's probably going to be like, okay. And so I ended up getting that. And they have dryer sheets as well. They only have 2 products, basically. That's it. But that was my weird thing I got this year. Maybe nothing weird, but me and hubby bought tickets for a bon. Oh, nice. Wow, that's exciting. Wait, and I saw Libby wrote something about a book. Wait, where was that? You bought a book that had to ship from Finland. The book was 30 euros and the shipping was 40 euros. Wow, I want to know more about this book. That's awesome, though. The thing we are enjoying most so far is a whiskey tasting advent calendar. Oh. Shoot, that would have been, my husband would be into that. He really likes whiskey. You bought the granddaughter new cowgirl boots, 6th vintage. Oh, she'll have those forever. Those things, yeah, Eliza, I don't like the scent things very much either. My skin's a little sensitive now. I'll do it on rugs and towels and dog bedding, some dog bedding, not all of it. And then I don't do it on my like sheets though. These are scraps. Yeah. Shem, I do not understand how you and I spend so much time together and you aren't bored to tears by me explaining what I'm doing for Vlogmas. You're tuning me out. I'm on to you. Yes. Shem, we're talking about weird gifts. What is the weirdest or most lavish, like kind of like it's Christmas type of thing you've got this year for Hanukkah or Christmas? I'm so excited I bought a Hess truck. That's what they wanted. What's a Hess truck? That sounds familiar. Oh, okay, Sydney. Not fancy stuff, but fun. That's cool. Like, is it like little like airline bottles? That's what I'm picturing. Yeah, so Shim, yesterday my video was supposed to be of me. Oh, we need a mod, Terry. It was supposed to be me like picking all these fabrics, pairing them, and I'm just kind of putting them in like a general big enough shape to cut out the bag from. You haven't seen any of the Vlogmas. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but we literally had so many Zooms last week. I feel like I'm boring you guys to tears. I'm literally like, why does anyone want to spend any time with me? Aren't they sick of me yet? I had 7 Zooms last week. All right, Terry's probably busy. I'll get it. Report. Okay, there we go. Ooh, that's a little crooked. So yeah, I just went through my stash and it's totally a scrap busting thing. You haven't seen any of the fabrics from my project. Yeah, so yesterday I had to record that one twice because that's the one the audio didn't, for some weird reason, didn't record. And I just went through and paired a bunch of fabrics together. My idea is that someday like me and my family will all have a lot of these weird gift bags in different sizes and fabrics, and they'll just be a part of the family, and we'll just like recirculate them amongst each other, and I'll never have to tape wrapping paper again. little bottle, 2-ounce pours. That's perfect. Oh, that's funny. Oh, there's still one there. Here, I got it. Did I miss any? I caught 3 of them. Oh, hey, Anna. Each of your kids is getting a Chromebook. That's something I would have never thought about giving her. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Good save. Hey, Bonnie. Oh, you peacefully watching Nights. Oh, I got all 3 of them, Terry. I don't think you're going to see them because I got them. I reported them, so that removed them from chat. I think that's like different. Like we should experiment sometime, because if I report them, they disappear. If we just delete them, we can all. I think all of us can see they were deleted. We just can't see what they were. Yeah. So at the beginning of last year, I was like, every time I sew something this year, I'm gonna make a bag with the leftover fabric, or a bag from some scraps, right? Just like chip away at it all year. Like just throw it on the pile. You'll get good at it. You'll, you know, they'll just then slowly build, right? And by the end of the year, you'd have a bunch, you know, 12 at least, right? And I completely forgot that I wanted to do that. So here I am in December, like, oh shoot, I never got around to that. And I still want these gift bags. And Hearts Fabric just like published a little free patterns, and I just thought, oh, it'd be kind of fun to use theirs. So I have a billion bag patterns. In fact, the pattern I'm using, their pattern I'm using, I already had a pattern piece almost identical in size, so I'm just using my pattern piece. So mine's going to be a little bigger than theirs, a little taller. So. Look at that sewing. That's just, well, don't look at that sewing actually. So now these are big enough that I can just lay the pattern piece on them, and I can stack cut a bunch, and then I'll be ready. And I'm going to line them too. And they have a drawstring casing, and I'm going to use a ton of binding, left like little pieces of binding. I was thinking I could even like piece together all the binding. I don't know. Okay, this is, does this have a side piece right here? Okay, there's this one, looks like it has a lot going on. It has this, and it has this. Okay. This is a very cozy, patriotic one. Maybe it's supposed to be like that. That's what it is. Yeah. Okay. Oh, interesting, Shem. I've been like I just feel like I'm posting so much that I'm not like telling any beyond what I'm doing. This is a flannel right here. There's something actually kind of like works for a flannel gift bag. I don't know why. Oh, someone, was it you, Bonnie? Wait, someone gave me, they told me that in the comments of yesterday's video that they know someone on Facebook who made pillowcases, and that's the gift bag. That's actually pretty smart. Granted, you'll never get to reuse those though. Like they're gonna keep that. See, we can just put this like, you know, wonky seam allowance. Doesn't matter. We're crazy quilting here. Hey Martina, how's it going? What do you want, Sydney? Mostly Shem. But they're like, this is flannel. This is the Spoonflower Kona. This is Kona. Or these probably aren't Kona. This is before they were doing Petal. So I think it's just before they were doing Kona as well. Oh, I'm so glad, Martina. That's awesome. I'm glad. You want to stay home and I have to take it? Yeah. Yeah. I hear ya. You're at that stage with kids and you have to like schlep everybody everywhere, aren't you? No wishes for you, Sydney. You got a whiskey calendar. Exactly, Liza. Exactly. I definitely was getting to burn out. Like at the end of last week, like Saturday, I was like, okay, it's happening. I'm getting burnt out a little bit, and I'm one of those people that I will take on too much, and I know that, and that's just how I am, and I'm fine with that. That's just who I am, right? It's like whatever. But this one, we're going this way, and then this way. No. Maybe it's, yeah, it must be. And I'm pretty good though at moderating that now. Like I'm pretty good at like not getting myself into that pickle, and I don't get resentful about it because it's what I wanted to do probably. And that's how Vlogmas was. I knew Vlogmas was going to be like a lot of work. But I definitely was feeling it at the end of the last week. So I was like, wait, I never got to sewing my brother and my dad's shirts. And that kind of made me mad at myself. Because I've had the fabric since summer. And I knew, I was like, oh, this year we're not going to wait till the last second. And they are totally last second. So I was a little disappointed in myself that I let that happen. But it's all happening and it's all good, you know. Yeah, just take the whiskey with you. Continue the Advent. Midwest starting to go into a pretty severe lockdown because of the weather system movement. Oh. There's now saying life-threatening. Whoa. Some of them, yeah, Leah. Like this one is. This was from, we would do like a limited edition, like seasonal things. And this was from when we did a limited edition seasonal one. In fact, I think that this was one of the things that went with it. This little coaster that I still use. I think that this is maybe better going across the top. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. A lot of the holiday ones are definitely going to be from limited edition things. I don't tend to buy holiday fabrics. It does mean no going to see anyone. Sydney's like, where do I move to? You're planning dropping off gifts for the in-laws on Saturday. I don't think we will. Oh, wow. Your weather's gorgeous today, but the storm is supposed to start. Isn't that like the calm before the storm type of thing? Oh, wow. Yeah, Terry was just talking about how she uses the grocery store as her weather app. So she'll go to the store and she'll be like, wait, all the milk is gone. There must be a storm coming. Right, Terry? Yeah, exactly. See? Bread, milk, eggs. See? It's her weather. Okay, BJ. Yeah, I will say it's actually beautiful here. It's a little cloudy today. In paradise. Right, Sydney? Exactly. It's funny because you would think in being in California there would be drama with stuff like that, like weather. The only drama I see in California with weather that drives me crazy is when it rains. People are ridiculous. And the roads are a little bad because they don't get rained on very much, so they get a little slippery. But people act so awful when the rain. And I lived somewhere that was so rainy all year round, practically, that I don't get it, right? But as far as like when it snows here, people just, they don't care. They just keep driving. And they don't even like act like it's a big deal. So, all right, this is a knitting themed bag, but so this is a good example, Leah, that these were swatches. So when you get a swatch from Spoonflower, this is what it looks like. It's an 8x8. And nowadays it'll tell you actually what it's printed on. These are really old swatches. So I was looking for knitting themed fabrics. This is a swatch of my fabric called swatches. No, I didn't feel that. It's way too far away from me. It's a heat wave there, exactly. Hey, Kira. We're planning to travel on Thursday. We didn't get our usual groceries, but we had to, oh man. Yeah, you know, I feel kind of bad. Yesterday, I had so many messages and people asking me about that earthquake. And I was like, why is everyone so focused on this earthquake? Like, literally that location. Because I used to live there where that earthquake happened. I lived in that county. I didn't live there. I lived north, just north of there, about 20 minutes. Oops, sorry. And I would have felt the earthquake probably. But that area is known as the earthquake capital of the world. And they get over 500 earthquakes a year there. Like, they got over 500 this past year. That's how many earthquakes that region gets, that little area. And it's right off the coast of Ferndale. So it's in the ocean, but not very far. And so I was really surprised that everybody was really focused on it. I'm like, these people get earthquakes constantly. And they get bigger ones too. Like, they're routinely getting 3, 4, 5.0 earthquakes. And I saw that it was 6.4, but I was like, yeah, but still, like, this is another interesting thing about this area is that Ferndale is the only town in California where the entire town is designated as a historical landmark. And so and it's called the Victorian Village of Ferndale. Really cute town. And those houses have been there for a really long time, right? Earthquake capital of the world, yet all the houses have been there for a really long time. So it's obviously doing something right? Well, my mom messaged me last night and she was like, a couple people died. I was like, oh my God, I feel so like I was callous all day. I was like, oh God, they're fine. Only thing I could think of was that we got a notification on our phones at 2:34 in the morning, 10 seconds before the earthquake happened here. And I feel like everybody got that, and that's kind of a new feature on your phone. And so everybody was aware of it, and that's why I thought. But I didn't realize how bad it was. So I feel a little bit like I was a little flippant over it. So, yeah. I apologize to everybody. I'm like, I don't live there, but it's fine, you know. So, yeah. Oh my goodness, Sonia. 3 under 3. You are doing a ton already. Yeah, that's okay, Sonia. No, I know what you mean. And that happens. People do that. That's fine. All right. So let me get back on track here. Yeah, the swatch of swatches. It was called Sloppy Swatches. And I think I got the resolution better. I loved that fabric. It was kind of weird, but I loved it. Okay. Yeah, we'll top stitch this. This one doesn't have an other side. Is this the other side of the bag? Yeah, this is the other side of the bag. But I don't think I have room for this guy right here. Does this go across the top and this go on the side? Is that what's going on here? What was I thinking? Yeah, they get a ton of earthquakes. It's really, geologically speaking, it's a very interesting area. Yeah, they get a lot. And I think, like, for most Californians, especially Californians that have, like, grown up here, an earthquake isn't such a big deal, right? It's the thing we can kind of shrug off. Like, if I were somewhere where there's a tornado or a hurricane or anything like that, no, that's a big fat nope. I don't know how you guys do that, but earthquakes, I'm just like, oh yeah, that was an earthquake. Dang it, I lost my fabric. You feel it, and there's only been one time, okay, I'll say twice, that I actually went, okay, I need to get under something. And both of those ended up being very devastating earthquakes for like other areas nearby, but not for me. So, and I've known people to lose everything in earthquakes too, but I haven't. They just really don't bug me. And I think that's just one of those things. We're a little cavalier about them because we just get them all the time. There's something about this. This is a trial that I did. I designed this fabric of cats with my knitting print on it. And there's something about it I like, but it's a little weird. It's just a swatch too. Okay, so this is this bag here. So what I kind of hope for with this project is that, and I said this in the video yesterday, you know how most families have something in their family that's just like weird or ugly or nobody knows why it's there, and it just keeps like bopping around the family for generations, and then it becomes kind of like special just because it's weird and it's always been there, right? That's kind of what I'm hoping for these gift bags, that they're just kind of end up becoming these weird things that we're all like, we don't know why we use them, you know, but they're fine. They're kind of weird. I don't know what this fabric is for. So yeah. Yeah, earthquakes are really like, a lot of people don't even feel them. And you got up here and you hear about the big one that's going to kill. I know that you're going to become swallowed up by the ocean, and everyone in inland is going to be like oceanfront property. Oh yeah, exactly. That's a big one. That was a really big one. I know right where I was sitting when that one happened, but I was in Orange County. California is a very, very, very big state. Me and Libby would like to point out to everybody how big California is. So that earthquake was 6 hours from me. The one in Ferndale yesterday. Yeah, Maui. Yeah, exactly. Tornadoes, no, thank you. I don't know how you guys do it. The funny thing about living in Humboldt County is that a lot of the towns there, Ferndale, Eureka, wait, actually Eureka, no, I scratched that. Ferndale, Fortuna, Arcata, and I think a couple of the really small ones, they all have air raid sirens. So here's the deal. This is a weird law. If a town still has a functioning air raid siren, by law, they have to sound it off once per day. And all these towns, they do it at noon. It's just kind of the thing they do at noon, right? So if you're visiting these towns, you're a tourist, and you're like, you know, shopping the bucolic Arcata Plaza, it's very cute, you know, walking around all the cute little shops, and then you hear an air raid siren, you can tell who's a tourist because they're like, well, you know, what's happening? So that's the other funny thing, is that you would never hear that air raid siren during an earthquake, but you hear it once a day. So and you'll know it's noon if you hear it. No, me too, Shem. I was starting to get a little burnt out. I ended up not taking Monday off. I came into work and got something done. I had a sewing gig, like, to record someone's how-to video, and there were some things wrong with it. Yeah, that's the thing, Shem. They do it for tornado sirens, but we don't have tornadoes here, so that's a completely... So if you're from somewhere with a tornado siren, and then you come to one of those towns that has that, and you hear it, they're definitely... You can tell it's a little unsettling. So... Oh my goodness, you were for Loma Prieta? Wow. Here's that one thing. Okay, what's the hang up on the buttons and buttonholes? Is it just time, Sydney? I say we do the old, like, that's Mullen's thing. She doesn't like buttons and buttonholes. I have this little thin strip, but this bag is already really big. It's like really big. Maybe, oh, these are the tops. Okay, that's the drawstring, which isn't going to be big enough for this bag. Okay, that's, what time is it? Okay, so we did that for like about an hour. All right, and then now I think I'm going to make some binding ribbon. Like, I'm going to make the ribbon using old binding. This is a scrap busting project. Plus, we love using the binding attachment, right? Oh, it doesn't fit anymore. That is a bummer. Do you think it'll fit your mom? I have not given myself a pass yet. I did cat my dad's out yesterday during a Zoom. I need one more. So so this is my plan. This is my plan, Jim. Let me tell you about my plan. So all I wanted last week was to be able to, like, when I'm doing gift sewing or sewing like that where I'm not recording it, one of the motivating things for me is to put on like a movie or something, get some good snacks, and then like eat and watch a movie and sew, right? Doesn't that sound great? So that was my incentive. So all last week I was pushing. I'm like, I just want to do gift sewing. Besides the live streams, I'm just going to just enjoy the process. I like enjoying it, right? And that's what made me go in on Monday so that I could get to that point. And I'm there now. I am now there. Oh, you guys want to see what I just finished today? These right here. Oh, I should show you this other thing too. Okay. So these are 2 gifts I made. So I just made these for my daughter. These Hepburn pants. They turned out really, really cute. And I used this owl print on the inside. And then they have welts in the back. I keep seeing this little thread I want to get rid of. So those turned out really nice. And then for her friend, she requested a Sandhill sling. And this is the one I made for them. And then the inside. Oh, I put a little like key fob thingy there. So my daughter requested mushroom stitching on the front. And I was like, I don't know if I can do that. And then it turned out amazing. So I was pretty excited about that. So I can't wait to give her that. So I got those done. So, and that was the things I gave myself a free pass on. I was like, I don't have to do those 2 things. Cricket's not coming home for Christmas. So I shouldn't push to get those done. And then she said she's coming home. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta get that done. So anyway. Oh my gosh, Libby, that is so scary. You just cut out 10 projects and start pounding them. Oh my goodness. Yeah, right? I'm so excited about them, Shem. I'm really excited that they came out good like that. It made it all worth. But I was finishing those pants before the live stream today because I was recording that one. And then the Sandhill Sling was going to be a Vlogmas. And I just decided that was just too long. My Vlogmas has been getting longer and longer and longer. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. An hour-long Vlogmas video, like, it can be 3 minutes, right? And I'm doing an hour. So, yeah. All right, so we're just going to use up some of my binding. Thanks, Marie. This is a great way to use. I have a lot of binding scraps. Can you hear me okay? Is this too loud? Tell me if this is too loud. I figured this would be a good ribbon, you know, like it'd be a good draw cord type of ribbon. Thanks, Leah. See, that's the hard part, Shim, is like if you like to do the production sewing, then what happens is you're doing all the shoulders and then all the necklines and then all those sleeves, and then none of them are done, but they're all halfway. Oh, it's fine for you? Okay, cool. Good. I love production sewing too. Oh, what happened? Did we run out of binding? No. Oh, we're a little bit off. So let's push it over. There we go. I wasn't even looking. There we go. Slide it over a little bit right there. We slide this little edge that way, then the needle is further in on the binding. Like that. I don't have too many rolls like this left. Not really, Leah. She's pretty small, and it's really hard for her to find clothes that fit. Oh, I set up my bobbin and I didn't set it up all the way. It's okay. I'll get another one out. I really don't have another gray bobbin. We'll use this. So yeah, she has a lot of trouble finding clothes, and I've made her the Zen pants by 5 out of 4 patterns, and those are perfect on her. So I'm hoping these are too. These are the Hepburn pants by Wardrobe by Me. She's grown a little bit, like she's gotten, I think, a tiny bit taller, and her weight hasn't changed, but her body has changed, and so her like hips have gotten bigger. And so I'm really hoping that this will be a good fit for her. When I had her pick out the fabric, she picked out this crazy color of twill. And I was like, okay, I don't think I can do that because of the video I need to make. But I really wanted to make them. She compromised on the mustard. All right, let's do some other colors, actually. This is good. See, if you have all the little supplies, it becomes a more, pleasurable task, right? I feel like the ribbon, this is the one thing that would have stumped me. And then I would have been like, oh my gosh, I don't have anything to shut these bags with. So here, look at, I have my little, so you can see behind me that wall of this is a wall of binding right here. But I have here lots of hand cut binding. These are a little wide. This right here, actually, we could use this. I think it would be great to just maybe piece some of this stuff together and make some ribbon. This is too narrow. This might work. This. I have a ton of this. I don't know why I made so much. Oh, I think it was for a video. That's why. That's what happens. I need something for a video, and then like, oh, I'm gonna do a how-to on something, and then I'm like, great, now I have all this stuff. Double gauze. Probably should just throw that away. These are packaged, which I was thinking of just sewing those shut. They're vintage. Look at, I have this holiday one. Oh yeah, we'll definitely do that. And this one. This is fun. This one too. Okay. What else? Maybe this white. The white might be useful. We'll keep that. But here's all these little pieces. This stuff's so narrow back here. Here's another one. These. All these black ones could get sewn together. Now I'm getting down to my little organizational system, finally. So I have all these. Look at all this. We could totally use all this. We'll save that. All this could be used. How much am I making? Yeah, we'll use all this stuff. Binding stash. I was going to use up all this, but because I have so much. The orange. Which one? This one? It's a batik. It is a bin. Yeah. Oh, so Terry, I had some extras of these little drawer organizers. So they look like this. From Bed Bath & Beyond, and they hook to each other. And then this is a bin that I made, so it's a collapsible one, so it has a removable bottom, and it has a clear front, and it just fits perfectly on that shelf down there. So 4 of those fit in there, and now I've just added so much to it that now it's overflowing, obviously. So let's just piece some of this together. So we have some of these weirder ones. All as one line. This is throwing me off because this one's not cut. You never see this. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the one thing I would say I collect. Because I used to have a business where we bound everything. So I still have a lot left. Not like I used to, but I sold a lot of it while I was closing it. Yeah, right, Terry? I know. Like, do you ever feel that feeling of like, oh, this is a Christmassy one? Where you're like, the right thing needs to be in the right spot. And so it's just like one of those things where I move bins around a lot until I get it in the right spot, you know? This is too narrow for the attachment. This is enough to do by itself. This is enough to do by itself. Here's a little piece right here. We'll put this one here. One thing I like about this binding attachment is you can swing it out of the way. I mean, it's super easy to install, obviously. This one's a little narrower too, but we'll try and fake it. When you're piecing together your binding, this is my tip. Always put them both the same direction up, like these are both face up, or put them both face down, then cut your 45-degree angle, and then you can piece them together and it'll be seamless. But the tip is putting them both face up while you cut that first angle. This one is going to cut off the seam right here. I don't need that. This one here. This one's so cute. Love tiny prints. I love tiny prints. I consider them solids. Rayanne used to always tease me about this. Let's see here. Here's another little piece right here. Your little piece. Your little piece. You're like canvas-y. Oh, I'm so glad I'm going through this bin. Get rid of these things. Gift bags, the ultimate scrap busting project. Got to do this throughout the year, you guys, you know? Okay, where's the end? It's this one, okay. This one. This is a constellation print. It's pretty cool. What was that noise? Why did you make that noise? Okay. This was for my Scout tee. Not sure this would be. It's kind of narrow. But all of these can all go together. Look at this one. This is narrow too. Why do I have these narrow bindings? Liberty of London. We'll just casually toss that in there. Dang, those colors look really good together. Something going on over there. I don't know what it is. I keep hearing some weird noises. All right, here's another little piece. This one might be in pieces. Sometimes I don't seam them together. Like, I think that this blue right here, oh no, that's seamed together. Which one's not seamed together? Is it this one? Oh, this one's seamed together too. This one. This one's not seamed. Wait. It might be, actually. Isn't it? It's like the classic Liberty fabric. Love it. It's my scissors, they're wobbling. All right, a few more, and then we'll have this long thing done. This was my Cali shirt right here. It's like memory lane. Oh, this isn't right side up. Shoot. Guys, right here. Why is that sticky? Oh, it's the end of the roll. The end of the roll of the binding always has this like piece of tape. See you, Leah. Hey, Barbara. How's it going? Can't wait to see a bag. I'm not sewing bags today. I'm only preparing the fabric for them. Sorry. Tomorrow, I will be sewing the bags. Sorry, you're like, you said bag making. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just preparing everything so that the bag making is fast and smooth tomorrow, and I can get as many as possible. That's my plan. Nice, Eliza. Are you going to get hit by that storm they were talking about too, Eliza? Like, are you battening down the hatches? Is that the kind of grocery shopping we're talking about? This one's not pieced together, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this one is a problem. This one is, I know. Oh, I don't know. Nope, this one's not either. Womp womp. This one isn't either, and there's a wide one in here. Aw. Are you going somewhere? Are you going to see your family then? So Phoebe has to go to the kennel. I love that Phoebe is like a toddler and you're like, I've had to drop her off at the sitter early so I can get stuff done. But we're talking about a dog. Oh, all these little pieces. Thankfully, this binding attachment handles seams pretty darn good. Davis. Oh, okay. I think I remember you saying that. Lots of little seams. That got rid of a lot of things in this little binding tray. All right, and this one I'll do, I think, by itself. I think I'm going to do this black and white all together. This one might not be seamed. Dang it, it's not. And this one is seamed, but they're cut in pieces. Got to get rid of this stuff, you guys. Okay. Oh, here, let's do these. This is a little thick, so I'm going to throw that over there. These two are going to go together. That's going to go together. And we'll add this to our long piece here, and then we'll call it ready to sew. Dear on fire, sorry, oh my gosh. Yeah, not one to leave the house for anything. So panic, like being around people panic shopping or pretending like they're not panicking and just being like, you know, I'm just here to get a few things when everybody's just there to get a few things. Start tomorrow evening for Christmas Eve. Wow. Do you guys, any of you have generators? All right. Let's fire up this long line of goodness here. This was the fabric right here that I based those mushrooms off of. And I enlarged them on the copy machine. And then I just kind of loosely used them as like a guide to making some mushrooms to stitch on that bag. Okay, let's put this in here. See if we can get this going right. There we go. I think we're good. But some of these joins, they could be a little bit less fussy. What I'm seeing is this little fold edge wants to creep between the toes of my presser foot. So I'm just kind of trying to manage that. I'm going to get rid of some of these little angles here. Yeah, you're stuck at home, but you have the generator. Okay, that's good. So you have heat and a refrigerator. Bananas. Right, Terry? Okay, Phoebe. I don't like how that goes between the toes of my presser foot. Maybe a different presser foot would be better. Maybe I'll move it over so that it's intentionally between the toes. A little bit more. Yeah, that's actually better. Sometimes you just never know what's going to be the thing that fixes the problem. Like doing the opposite of what you think. It's got all twisted. Caught it just in time. I have, I think the only video where I do that is for the Love Notions? Or do it better. Oh, it was the Love Notions camisole video. Nice, Vestigia. Oh, you're doing the Marley hood. Awesome. Yeah, that was actually a pretty satisfying make. That seam, I knew that was going to be a problem right there. This is one of my all-time favorite fabrics. Oof, I love it. Yeah, I don't have a cover stitch foot, binding foot though, Sydney. I actually do for my old machine, and I totally forgot that I had it. I have all these feet for it, and I've never used it. I've never sold that machine. I didn't try that hard. It's still sitting under my table. It might be worth getting out and playing around with just to see what that binding foot would have been like. I actually wish I had more room to set up more machines under cameras here. I think I'm going to change. I'm going to try and take a break, like kind of next week. I have a bunch of Zooms next week, so it's not going to be quite a break, but and I'm going to like reconfigure my camera setup here, but I really want to put a camera on a serger or home machine next to me. I'm not sure it's going to be possible. I can't add any more cameras to my computer. It's at the max right now. Oh, we ran out of... When did we run out of binding? I mean, bobbin. I haven't literally been watching it. Okay. Let's get this back here. Okay, there we go. Oh, right. I know. I haven't seen that, Sydney, but yeah, you inspire me too sometimes. Ooh. My bobbin ran out, yeah. It was sewing it so perfectly too. Binding off. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Where are you? There we go. Okay. So I didn't sew it first, so let's get rid of this so that we know that looks ugly. Look at this ribbon though. See, it's kind of fun. It's like all different fabrics. Uh-oh, it's a little off. I mean, really, it's not all going to be, like, visible. Only the little part that pokes out the edge. But when you cinch it shut, it will be. So, hey, Rachel, how's it going? Oh, man. I knew this fabric wasn't going to be happy about being binding. Can you just please get back on track? Look at this. This looks terrible. Oh, boy. It's too lightweight, too narrow. So this attachment is made for 1.5 inch fabric, and most of my binding is 1 3/8, and it does make a difference. So that fabric is really lightweight, so it just gets a little bullied in the binding attachment. Oh, okay. We have a long way to go. Let's get this out of the way here. I wonder how much we need. Doesn't matter. We're just going to use this and it's going to be ready to go. Once I get through this long string, I'm going to go and cut out the bags. And then we're ready to sew tomorrow. Okay, we need the Liberty to look good, but it's really lightweight and narrow. I was listening to the latest Check Your Thread podcast about the Kate from the Fold line, and it was kind of fun one. They have over 6,000 items in stock, like patterns for sale. I didn't quite realize that they are so whole hog in pattern. Like I knew that they went that direction, but I didn't realize that they're probably the biggest modern pattern resource. They have a bottom. They're not 4-sided, they're 2-sided with a bottom. Don't twist. We're getting there. That's it. It's satisfying to watch. You like it? How's it going, Rachel? Oh, I haven't seen that. So next month, just to give you guys a heads up, I'm going to be sewing the Carolyn pajamas, top and bottom. It really does, Rachel, I know. I love that you know how many days it's been. So if anyone has that pattern kicking around, they've always wanted to sew it, or you want to make another one, I got the box, the subscription box from Needle Sharp, and I'll be sewing those. And I'm really making a concerted effort from here on out to only do like paid work or streams. That one's not paid technically, but if I don't have a sponsored gig though, I'll probably be doing more things for me that I really want and pattern drafting next year. So, right, Shem? I've thought about like offsetting the Zoom so that there's always one every week, but to change our schedule seems risky. Ooh, this one could be trimmed right here. I think, oh, this is too narrow. This isn't double fold. That one was just too narrow. That's what happens. It doesn't just like center it and then fold both sides. It'll only fold one side if it's not wide enough. Oh, I think they did too, Sydney. Like, you really have no fabric to put from. But do you happen to have crushed velvet in your stash? Because that's pretty specific. I realized yesterday we haven't seen Amy Manorino in a bit. She must be busy. Okay. This is it. Oh, it's stuck. What are you stuck on? The heck? Oh, well, the needle's down. There we go. Okay, well, that's it. Got kind of stuck on that seam there. All right, this is probably in no way enough ribbon to make these bags, but I can make more. This is a nice mindless thing. Maybe we could finish those off and that's it. Buying fabric on sale is like a gift to your future self. I actually think that's like actually really legit. It really is. Santa's doing a fantastic job. Oh, our letters are working. You actually found a friend close to your age and have put myself out there. Oh, that makes me kind of teary-eyed. I'm so happy for you, Kira. That's awesome. Yeah, Santa sent it. Exactly. Get these little tiny pins on here. I think these are like just dots. I think they're just dots. The gray, oh, this is actually kind of wide. Look at that. Interesting. Is the gray, oh, wait, I'm not going to ask. It's not going to bug us. This is how we, wait, why aren't you sewing? Did we run out of bobbin? We could have. Oh, we didn't. We're nowhere near running out of bobbin. wires in there. This is one way to get rid of all that vintage trim in your stash, you know. That'll be a good, you know, birthday bag. Three different crushed velvet. Ooh. Okay, look at how narrow this is. I have to fold this one. Yeah, you know, fabric on sale is like a forever stamp. Oh, you guys are diving into the bra land thing? Well, like bra making again? Okay, so I actually am kind of seriously thinking about doing one for February, but it'd be my very first bra. Like, I've made like sports bras and things you know, basically like a structured top. Yeah, it's insulation, exactly. One of the things that was really interesting that Kate from the Fold line was talking about is that she was saying that she thinks less people, or people are buying less fabric and sewing less. I thought that was kind of interesting. And I think she attributes it mostly to some of the world events that have happened, that they're not going out as much, so they don't need as many new pieces of clothing, and what the kinds of clothing that they're wearing has shifted. So like when you're shifting what you're wearing, then you're kind of in this a little bit like, well, what do I sew, you know? I thought that was kind of interesting. No, I'm not surprised, Fiona. Oh, interesting, Shem. She was on Check Your Thread. I'm sorry, did I not mention that? Yeah, Check Your Thread, which is by the gal who created Me Made May, Zoe, Sozo blog. And it's interesting because, like, how the Fold line started, I remember that. And I was pretty excited because I was like, oh, this is going to be... Okay, this is actually the best ribbon of all of them, you guys. They started it out as a social site so people could share their makes and things like that. And that's why I hopped on there, because I was like, yeah, we need a sewing version of Ravelry, right? But it just didn't really catch on. Like, they figured out, they started learning like the percentages of what they would need for engagement, and we all know about that, right? With the guild, like the guild is actually like a lot of people want to be in the guild and they want to remember to interact with it and check in, but they don't, right? And like, it's like best intentions, right? And our guild actually has one of the highest engagements of the Mighty Networks. Like, we're doing pretty good. Like, our engagement is really good. But out of 700 people, we're almost about to hit 700 people, only about 100 or so are active every week, right? So, like, it's something like, I can't remember what it was for the month. That's actually a really high percentage, and that's not even probably the engagement you would need in order to, if you had a social site you needed to make money at, right? So, you know, the Fold line was like, you know, advertising based. So you would need so much engagement or active users with eyeballs on your ads in order to make it a profitable thing. You know, sometimes just the best idea is just foiled by some of those kinds of logistics, you know? Because I actually really liked their site. And I've asked when I first started So, I asked occasionally, does anyone know about the fold line and their social thing? And now I understand why I can't find that part of it like I used to be able to. Things we do for our grandkids, yeah, right? Yeah, that's right, Shem, exactly. Yeah, right, Sydney. And sometimes, like, even though sewing is something that you do because you enjoy it and you can decompress during it, sometimes the kind of decompression you need when things are really hectic or busy or stressful is not paying attention to how to sew something together, right? It's like listening to a movie or watching a movie or something, or just knitting, doing something a little bit more, I was going to say mindless, but I didn't want that to come off like I think knitting's mindless. I don't. But there's a lot in knitting where you can just knit and you don't even have to look at it. So that right there could be a little bit more relaxing or less demanding, you know? So what the Ravelry for sewing is? Well, they don't do it that way anymore. So the fold line originally started as a way to be the Ravel. Well, she didn't say it that way. I don't think it was set up initially to be the kind of resource Ravelry is, where, you know, there's all the patterns and you could see it on everybody and they're linked and all that. It was more of like I made this today, like an Instagram, right? With a little bit more function that would tie to things. But they realized that wouldn't be profitable because you would probably need, 100,000 people that were signed up for your site, and you would need 20% of them to be active, right? So it's like you need so many people to get the ad revenue to make something actually pay you, right? And then you're in these really high percentages. It's like when people used to do mail order before the internet, and it was like, I think it was like a high return was 5%. So if you're sending out 5,000 mail order catalogs, which we know they're all sending out more, you need 5% of them, the recipients, to place an order of a minimum amount. So it's like these percentages really bite you in the butt. I mean, I can knit and purl without looking. Some people can, some people don't. I don't know. But so there are other sites that have tried to become something, maybe not with Ravelry in mind, but their aim is to be something that we all think of as like Ravelry, right? And there would be like Textilia is one, Pattern Review is another, Minerva is another one, right? And, Pattern Review is probably got the best active user base. And hopefully it's not insulting to say, but it's the web platform itself is really, it's really outdated and kind of cumbersome and clunky, right? But the thing is, like, to actually redo that, the cost and time to do that would be really a lot, right? So it is what it is, and at least their users know how to use it, and that's the value. Yeah, Libby, exactly. Knitting is portable, which is nice, right? So you can sit out on the couch with your family. Like for Sydney, it's probably like sitting with her family or whatever, not squirreled away. Like if you don't get as much time with your family, you're not going to like go and, squirrel yourself away. Are you, Hannah? That's awesome. That's really awesome. I love knitting. Knitting is amazing. If you're a sewist first and you go to knitting, it's got a really interesting, for me, it had a really interesting impact, Yeah, your hands do know what they're doing. Yeah. You start feeling for your stitches differently too. Like you start guiding. hand sewing. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing hand sewing, that works. Okay, this is really tiny, but to be fair, this is going to be these are going to be the best ribbons because it's like really smooth, very consistent, tightly woven. This will be great. All right, so let's get to cutting out some of these bags. I'm going to go over here. And I think I'm going to guess where my camera needs to go, but I need to move this around. It's a little bit of a hot mess over there. Okay, let's grab my bags here. Oh, Sold in Fabrics, I've heard of them. I haven't ever looked at what they do. Okay, I think I dropped something just now, maybe not. All right, let's get this bin. Yeah, let's bring this over. We need to bring our Santa supplies over. Really want to bring the candy over. Priorities, right? Okay. So now we have our bags. This one's actually quite large, and we're going to leave it large. We'll just use our guide here. Like this. So like I said, the pattern's in the description, the link to it. I already had this pattern piece that is really similar in the size they tell you to make. So I'm just using it. I think you might find it faster and easier if you pre-cut the squares in the corners here, right here. If you look ahead on the instructions. What I did is I just put a notch, and so I'm just going to use a notch and then I'm going to cut them on the fly. I think that also could be a fast way to make these. Okay, we're going to try and get a right angle. Yeah, absolutely, Hannah. You ask in the guild. There are a lot of people in there that knit. And I think the one thing I would say about knitting is that once you start getting into the like rabbit hole of following people and finding people, there are going to be a few people that stand out and it's going to feel like that's the place you go to learn. And that's the thing I think I would kind of avoid, because just because they're a big name in a big community doesn't mean that they're like the best place to learn to knit. They're not the worst place or anything like that, but I feel like it's better. You're better served if you have someone who can attend to what you're asking about, right? Where's that one? This isn't. I want to utilize more up here, so I'm gonna take that of the swatch and where is that? Isn't that right? Like right here. Remember that one I had, the swatch that looked like, oh, here it is, right here. So we'll cut this in half, and I'll piece this one on here tomorrow too. I'll just lay it on here as if it's there. you go, Rachel. That sounds like a gift to your future self if there ever was one. Just make Shem do it. There's a slit in the fabric. Oh, no, no, no. I'm not really following the size perfectly for all these bags because I want to use as much of the fabric as possible. But soon I will. I'll just plop it on and sew or cut out a bunch. Okay, we need to do like way down there. Like that and like that. Oh, have you? That's awesome. I love it. It's pretty cool. I kind of like photorealistic fabrics. Okay, so this one needs to still get sewn, but let's put our notches here at the corner. That'll make it a lot faster. And then we're going to fold all these exactly the same way so that we know what the top of the bag is and where the corners are. We're in production mode. I really don't need this. I can just eyeball it, but you know. Okay. Let's get a couple that we can just cut out, please. Oh, this is another big one. Oh, this is the one that I folded. Okay, that's fine. Okay, those stripes will not match. Just let it go, let it go. So I want these to be enough appropriately funky that people won't feel bad about using them. You know how that is? Like people are like, oh, I don't want to use the handmade bag, but that's what they're for, right? I'm one of those believers in use the cute soap, you know? Pretty sure that's the one, yeah. Yeah, right, Libby? I think like becoming independent so you don't have to depend on someone to help you get unstuck. Because with knitting, you can really get stuck. With sewing, I feel like you can get stuck, but it's not quite the same. With knitting, it's kind of like, what am I looking for? Because you're constructing the fabric while you're constructing the thing you're making. And it's true, like my friend who taught me how to knit, I would have to wait till I saw her for her to tell me, oh, you just dropped a stitch, or oh, it's like I would be like, I can't remember which end to start from. You know, it's like all I'm waiting for her to tell me is, you know, well, the one that the yarn's coming from that end, you know, like you couldn't have knit from the other end because there's no yarn there. And it's like, oh, right. You know, and it's like those little things. And make something you want, Hannah. Don't make a scarf unless you want a scarf. got all that. All right. So far, none of these are the same size as my pattern. But we are making some in different sizes, so that's good. This kind of reminds me of when my brother and sister were a lot younger. They were kids, and like I mailed my like birthday gift to my brother, right? Because I wasn't there. I had moved out, and back then, like video cameras, like home video cameras, were kind of becoming more accessible again. You know, like using the little what were those little tiny tapes? Remember those? And you know, like a camcorder, basically, right? And I remember that my parents filmed him opening his gifts, and he was like, oh, this one must be from Emmy. That's what they call me. They call me Emmy because the wrapping paper's weird. And I remember thinking, that's about right, you know? I mean, I was like probably, you know, 20 or something, 22. The fact that I actually sent a gift was probably a big achievement for my age, you know? But yeah, I just remember thinking, like hearing that and just being like, oh, that's probably is what they think of me. There's a huge age gap between me and my brother and sister. And I didn't take offense to that at all. I thought it was really funny. That's his association with me. It was kind of cute. 8mm. No, like not that old. I'm not that old. Jeez. There's a lot with this like flannel, isn't there? All right, this one we can probably, no, we'll make it a little bigger. Oh no, we actually do need to back it off a little bit. Barbara with 8mm too. I mean, this was like in the 90s. We were pretty far past 8mm. It was those little tiny tapes. What was that called? It was a little camcorder. Like a camcorder. And it looked like a cassette tape. But it was tiny. I'm lining up my bag on the table to get right angles. That's what I'm doing. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they were like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's what it was. Oh yeah, for the audio recorders. Yeah, I remember those too. It's like on the tip of my tongue what that thing was called. Oh, you know what I picked up the other day? It's actually sitting here. There's a few antique stores up here and I wanted to go there because I was looking for something. And well, that's actually pretty darn square. And there was actually sewing. Someone's like, a few people had like patterns and fabrics and, you know, things like that. But, you know, I wasn't really looking for anything like that. But I did find this fitting book, which I got it because I really liked the way the drawings were drawn. Check out this book. I just like, it looks like very classic pattern drafting pictures. It's very simple and really good too, you know, like, what if there is too much fabric between the waist and the derriere? She's like, oh, looking behind her. Here's what to do. I love this layout. It's really good. I love that the fitting changes in here. Same as the ones we use today. It's good. Oh yeah, there was a really good picture. Well, anyway, like, so the pattern styles they're using are different than what we use right now. Like, you know, like this little raglan sleeve here, or, you know, she's got a cowl. These aren't really that common patterns. They're obviously not unique or mysterious, right? Like, we see these occasionally in home sewing patterns, but these were the most common pattern styles at the time, so that is really fun to see. Whole pants fitting thing. Oh, and there was a children's section too, which I thought was pretty cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so kind of fun. All right, did I do these notches on both sides? Yeah, I did. Oh, you are? Really? Oh, interesting, Barbara. I'm going to just iron this really quick, this little edge here. Sorry, I know you can't see, but my iron is hot, so it'll make it a little easier to manage. I was kind of looking forward to flat felling all these fabrics together and then ironing them. Like, that just sounded so relaxing. Not what I ended up doing, though. So the problem with not using the pattern for all this stuff exactly is that now I need lining for all of these cut to fit them. So there's my argument for being consistent with your pattern size so that you can just stack cut a bunch of lining if you're using it. If you're not using it, then you don't have to worry about it. I'm looking at the grid on the table. That was not straight. You love this one? I do too. I mean, gosh, polka dots for the win, right? What do you think? I think this could pass for a birthday fabric. There are trees, but, you know, trees are not just for birthdays, right? They're not trees with lights. Yeah, congrats on your iron setup, Libby. Yours looks a little different than ours. I like your trivet that it sits on. Mine, do you find your trivet to be really, like, slippery, Shim? Like, I can't believe my iron keeps sliding off of it. And it burned my table. my wood table. A little scary. I'm gonna need some water. This is taking me a bit. Sorry. Okay. Oh, we sewed a lot. Let's just keep going. I have a few more. What if we just stack cut a few of these? Nancy, hi. Let's just stack cut a few. Get some, knock a few out. I need water. Hey, Ray. I'm getting a drink of water, sorry. There's a whole bag down here. Oh, so you've used this iron before then. That's good. She's an OG iron user. I've just been sewing fabric together to make the bags. Oh, I just hate losing that volume there, you know? And then tomorrow I'm going to sew them. And now, so I sewed all my pieces together. See, I like pieced them together. Now I'm just cutting out the bags. I made a bunch of ribbon as well. Thank you, Terry. Did the wedding ever happen, Libby, with the gal in the colorful, the Technicolor wedding dress? We were all kind of gripped with this story. Man, I can't imagine having a wedding close to the holidays if you celebrate any of them, or if anybody does, you know. Okay. This one's like right there. Yours looks just like ours, just a little bit different. I used to have a Conso sewing machine. It was a really amazing sewing machine. I only got rid of it because I didn't use it, and I was moving. That thing was really great. My two first industrials were a Bernina Chandler, which was a zigzag. It was amazing. And then the Conso machine, and I think it also did a zigzag. Neither one of them had a back stitch, which is usually the traditional industrial machine, you know, standard. And once you have a back stitch, you never go back. Okay, so this is a little wider. Oh, cool, Libby. That's awesome. I bet you're glad to be on the other side of that. Okay, we just have 3 more to cut out. I really want to cut out the lining too. So I want everything to be ready for tomorrow. No prepping off camera. Right, Jim? I cannot see the grid up there. All right. I could have overlocked all these and then no lining, no French seams or flat felt seams, nothing crazy, right? Oh, that's right. Let's see. Okay. And if you have like serger thread that you're just like, this color was really weird for this project I did once and you want to get rid of it, that would be the way to go, you know? I think. Right, Jim? Exactly. My friend Rhonda made my dress, and that was so nice. I kind of like took a little bit of one of the superstitions about making your own wedding dress, so that's why I didn't make my own. I'm not superstitious. It was just kind of a fun thing to be like thinking about the, you know, some of the lore and, you know, wedding stuff. And that's more of a Latin superstition. I am not Hispanic or Latin, but my family is, some of my family. And it's not like they're very traditional as far as some of the Latin culture things go, but some of them they are. I'm just using the plaid here. Oh, I'm sorry, Mary. I don't mean to make you worry. One thing I will tell you is that the overhead camera really distorts the perspective on the distance of the knife to me. It's one thing I learned my first live stream because it really was something people commented on a lot. I don't typically cut myself with my rotary knife. It is one thing I don't do. I'm pretty good with it. I've been using them since they came out. The thing I do by accident, if I was going to say I cut myself or something, is when I'm cutting like this and then I pull my knife back, occasionally I'll graze the top of my knuckles. So that's where I get a little bit foolhardy, you know. So, but for the most part, it isn't as close as it seems. So, but I know it's really hard to believe that because of the camera. It's like so high up, you know, like the camera is like way, it's really far away. And I'm not really going for perfect precision here. The way I look at cutting with a rotary knife is a little bit how I look at aiming with sewing. And I think about it like mountain biking. And in mountain biking, you are riding along and you do not look at the pothole because you don't want your tire to go into the pothole, right? You look where you want to go. And it's the same with rotary knife and sewing. Look where you want to go. Do not look anywhere else. And that kind of helps my accuracy. So, yeah, and I've gotten better about closing the blade, especially on camera, because I have gotten some very unkind comments about that. Let's see how many I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we made a lot. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. Okay, so we're just, my goal tomorrow is 10. And then what I think, though, is that all these casings that I made, so I made a bunch of the casings that go along the top. That's this piece right here. My casing is going to be smaller compared to the bag than what was recommended to cut it, because I cut this the recommended size, and the bag, all those bags are a little bit bigger than the recommended size. But that'll be fine. We'll just deal with it. So these are all my casings. We have a lot of them to choose from. So that'll be great. Maybe I'll separate all the holiday-ish looking ones now. Let's see, we're really planning on productivity tomorrow. I think this red flannel could be considered potentially holiday-ish if we need one with a red flannel. Right, and same with this snowflake and star. Okay. We want to get rid of some of these because I don't want to end up with pre-cut bags that, or leftover holiday-ish, little casings when I don't have holiday things to sew it to. So all of that could be considered. I have a lot of holiday stuff. But we'll put these ones that could be, holiday or not, like, because they're just red or green. Okay. Let's see. This gold, right? Okay. Plenty of these, and then we'll put these at the bottom. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, oh, I knew you'd have a companion, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, so that would be 15 to go with those. That just leaves me a few snowflakes. So what I could do is pull out some of the gifts and leave those for birthday bags. So we'll take, and maybe the bees. 1, 2, we'll just take out the gifts. There's a lot of those. Hey, Taya. Yeah, Maria, and I have been utilizing this grid and the ruler. I will say, like, if you like using a ruler for your rotary knife, one thing that I think builds confidence is using a thicker ruler. And the ones that they make for the quilting crowd, these I think are better and safer because they're going to be less apt to let the blade jump. This is not made for sewists. I use these for pattern drafting mostly, and I do use them for rotary cutting, but the ruler's a little bit soft, and it will catch the blade sometimes. So you could jump the ruler with this. The other thing I think about when I'm using a rotary knife is not pushing against the ruler really hard. My blade's put away right here, but in other words, yes, you want to use it as a guide, but don't push against it like this because that tends to make your ruler move, your fingers get closer. So think about using your blade and pushing straight down and pressing the ruler against the blade a little bit, kind of counteracting that. that's another little thing I've figured out, that it's better if I'm not pushing against each other too hard, and I think about pushing down and just using the ruler as a guide. So yeah, and I think that's another good tip, Ray. I do that sometimes too with really long, narrow things. If I was cutting a 1-inch wide thing and my ruler's 2 inches wide, I would put the ruler on top, and what happens is that fabric under there creates kind of a wobble because the ruler is straddling it. And I will do that. I will put the weight on there, and that helps. So. I'm bearing deadline paid work. I missed a lot. So back with bells on. Woo woo. Anyone seen your scissors? I didn't end up, that video didn't work, Ray. I lost the audio. But I do go over my plans. You don't have to watch it. Yeah. Yeah, no problem. No, I'm glad you said something. All right. We have 15 casings. Oh, what are these? Did I throw those in that bin? We'll just put those there. Look at all this ribbon we have. I still have all these bags to sew. So I have these staged for 2023 to sew. This really put a dent in my scraps, which is great. And I also now have a number for the bags I need to make lining for. Let's get these all kind of a little bit more tidy. And we'll put these on the bottom of the bin. So this is all my lining fabric. Ugh. I also have this toweling, like actual linen toweling. I kind of hesitate to use that. We'll put that there. We have our ribbon. Okay. So the last thing I need to do is cut my lining to match. Well, I just re-recorded it. I was like, okay, well, I guess you guys don't get to see me picking fabrics to pair. You just get to see the end. This is a ton of lining. Like, it's a ton of lining. And it is slicker than snot. It's faded. The selvages are faded, so I don't feel any, I feel like it's great. Oh, this is why I didn't cut it. It's because it's wrinkly. That was in the video. What's going on here? Where's oh, that is the end. Okay. You just noticed the can screen. Yeah, I think I need to iron this. That's why. I forgot to iron it before today. I was going to iron it and then cut out the bags, the lining. So let's write a letter to Santa. I'll let you guys go. Boop. Okay. So someone made a recommendation in one of our Zooms for a Santa letter. I wrote it down and I can't find it. I know one of you was there. Ray, you were there. What was it? Wasn't it Walter that made a suggestion? These antlers are ridiculous. I never see myself in them, and now I'm seeing myself in them. They're ridiculous. Literally made for a dog. I can't remember what it was, and I feel like I'm failing Walter by not doing his Dear Santa now. I cannot think of what it was, and it was good. I wrote it down. As soon as I write something down, it just flies out of my head. All right, well, maybe we'll remember by tomorrow. And And today is going to be a non-sewing related one then. And this is what I want. Please, dear Santa, please help me figure out how to fix am I going to call them Christmas lights? Christmas lights. When half the strand burns out. Yeah, it was Walter. We are doing Walter bad. You should hire. No, I have to get some other stuff done. Do you guys have this issue? Like, I feel like it's like the cliche holiday thing of like trying to figure out which bulb it is and blah, 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 right? And I hate throwing those things away. They give you spare bulbs, but I've never gotten them to work. So I need to look up a YouTube video because I want to fix my strands of lights. Like I have this one and it goes on either side of our bridge. We have a little, usually a dry creek to cross to our house. It is not a dry creek right now. We have 3 creeks on our property. So, and only one side works. I'm a little muffled. I'm a little muffled. It was about patterns. Am I a little muffled? Sorry. Well, anyway, yeah, lights. I just wish lights lasted longer and were easily fixable. That's what I want. I don't know why I'm muffled. I must have been, oh, look at my antlers. These things are ridiculous. Okay, anyway, that would be my Santa letters. This is definitely our selfish time of the year where we write letters to Santa. That's what I would like. Yeah, exactly, Ray. Those little fuses. I know. Exactly. Most new lights don't turn the whole strand anymore. But yeah, but mine is like half and half. So half the strand's great and half of it isn't. So I want to throw that away. I want to fix it. I want the other side of my bridge to be lit up so I can see. I think I was leaning. I think it was pushed against the fabric there. So anyway, that's what I want, Santa. I think I should just go to YouTube. There's got to be some like great YouTube videos about this, right? So anyway. All right, so tomorrow I'll be sewing bags. Sorry I wasn't sewing them today, BJ. But tomorrow I will be. And I think these will be really cute. A little drawstring bag. The pattern link is in the description. It's on the Hearts Fabric website. In fact, I think if you order something on the Hearts Fabric website, it comes up as an option to just put it in your cart, which is really easy. Is there, Murray? Is there a special bulb? I mean, I know some, yeah, I don't know. Like I can usually see one that's burnt out and I'm like, oh, there it is. And then I replace it and nothing happens. He did a Google YouTube. I put them for free and someone else takes them home. Anyway, fix them. I think the last one not working is the one that's out. Oh, I'm so glad, Eliza. Good luck with your guys' storm. If I don't see you guys tomorrow, hope y'all stay warm and dry, cozy, and full of treats and yummy food. You have a good holiday if you celebrate any of the holidays. I'll be live tomorrow, and there's 2 more Vlogmases after that, and then yeah, that's where I'm at. I don't even know where my mouse is though. Okay, here we go. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for coming. Bye.